Hello everyone, no respawns here, and it's that time again. So we're at Abernathy Farm this time, and I'm going a little old school in the sense of this is going to be basically a moderate sized kind of your standard homestead kind of affair. Because I wanted something which is kind of a post-apocalyptic homestead, right? I've kind of vaguely done it a bit with the Finch farm, but this area really suits it. Now, what I'm doing in this video, because I'm going proper old school as well, in a sense of that I'm going to... Basically, the video is a junk wall video. Remember the junk wall videos? Those of you who have been on my channel for a while know that I like making walls. Walls are fun, right? And whenever I make a new settlement, I like to show off my walls. So this is me show off my walls. But one thing I don't do in this is I don't use... Because I've been using recently, for example... I mean, to us, because we spent so long at the castle, and then we did... What do we call it afterwards? The Kingsport Lighthouse. I haven't actually done my own kind of like handmade junk walls. This is what this are. I do use a little bit from the Aslam's Junks wall pack right at the end in the decoration. That's just to patch up a couple of holes, but the rest of it is pretty much bespoke. I also do skip ahead through it because the whole process was well over an hour, and I do kind of just repeat the same techniques a little bit, as you'll see. So what we're doing right now is, this is my quank. I've seen people do this before, and I've done this before myself as well. This is quite a funky way of doing one of the various doorways with ramps. I have two of these because your provisioners actually walk through this. So they walk in there, they kind of amble around a little bit, then they go out the other side. Just an FYI, sorry if the cow keeps mooing. I've got the sound turned off while I'm recording the audio, but I know while I was actually building here, the cow kept mooing. She wouldn't fuck off, so sorry about that. Forgive me, I guess. So what I'm doing in terms of how this area is going to be laid out, in case you're curious, it's not going, because for those who don't know, Abernathy slopes really quite steeply once you get past to just over there. It's like once you get past this little Tado plot. So what I'm actually doing is most of my building is actually going to be at the back. So this video is basically just doing the kind of the front courtyard area. Quite simply put, because I just can't be asked to deal with the sloping ground. I don't really want to use it because it'll annoy me, really. So there we go. That was my decision. I thought about it. I was initially going to think, yeah, I'll make it like huge. And I was like, no, because I don't want huge settlements, because huge settlements are a nightmare to decorate. And I want something which is a nice, compact little homesteady area. And I'm quite pleased with how it's working as well. It gives me an excuse to use a few bits and bobs which I haven't used, namely the weird tower thing from Oberland Station, which comes in the USO mod. So it's quite cool. I do like making junk fences, but it's kind of a bit of the same old, but they're good fun, and I get to remind you how to make it, and also kind of give you a few ideas. You've probably noticed already, like with that entrance right there, and you'll see me in a bit, I'll do some other stuff which I haven't done before. So when I do my junk fences, I still try and make it different, but it's still a junk fence video, yeah. For those of you, I've started, because those of you have mentioned, I fixed my PS4, so it's now quiet. So I hadn't been playing. I'd be making videos, obviously, regularly and enjoying the building element, but I hadn't actually playing games. So now that that's fixed, and it's quiet as a mouse, so I changed the thermal paste and everything like that. Well, it's not quiet as a mouse, it just physically makes no noise. It's grand. I've started a survival playthrough, which I've been playing all day. I will not be making any videos on that, just as an FYI, just because I'm building one structure, which is going to be a trailer, and a Let's Play would be boring. But I've been enjoying it. I hadn't played survival at all, other than one little stream I did, like, well over a year ago. God damn, it's hard, but it's so fun. I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright. I keep getting killed. Wow, I've been killed once. No, killed twice, actually. I lie. I've been killed twice. It's good fun. So you can actually... There are mods that do have pre-complete cars together, but to be honest, they're quite easy to just pile on, and doing this gives you an excuse to kind of board them off. I don't show you any of the boarding off of the cars, just because it's just literally, I'll show you. I do slowly walk through so you can see. But this area as well, at the back here, because the way the cars join is where I end up using a little bit from the junk decoration pack, from the junk walls pack, Aslam's one. The reason being is I was trying to... I couldn't connect them properly. You'll see. I will show you. Don't worry, so you know what I'm blabbering on about. Also, this cow's really annoying. So Clarabelle, you bitch, you twat. She wouldn't move, so I moved her her trough behind me to the side of the settlement, and I thought, she'll move over. No, apparently Clarabelle is scripted to stay in this one little section here, so I'm going to have to keep her safe. But it does mean she might moo every now and again. Sorry about that. But also it means she kept getting in the way because she's a bitch. Fuck you, Clarabelle. You bitch. She didn't die, though. In my old version of one of my older saves, basically, Clarabelle and the cat constantly died in this settlement. Like, every time. I've actually got settlement attacks disabled now, so they never get attacked. They get attacked while you're here, but they don't get attacked while you're away. But the cat and the cow would always get murdered, and I'd always end up having bits. And those of you who may remember, scripted creatures and people, their bodies don't disappear. So, for example, there was a permanent dead cat and bits of cow just lying around Abernathy. So, pro tip, whenever you've got Abernathy Farm, or any of the ones with, like, scripted people, so named NPCs, or, you know, things like that, just maybe check they're alive, because it's really annoying. I felt really guilty about that cat as well. It's all alive now, don't worry. But, yeah, it did die. Once upon a time. That was awkward. But it's fine. I do like making junk balls. God, they're good fun. They're good fun. I did stare at this settlement for about an hour or two today, just thinking. So I had an idea, right? As I said, the homestead, post-apocalyptic homestead kind of look. But I had no idea how to achieve it. And with me, it's always getting started. A lot of you will probably like it as well, where you're like, right. It's like kind of starting on your canvas. And then once you kind of get into the rhythm, you're like, okay, I know what I'm doing with now. I've got to do a couple of set piece builds in this, though. This whole like little courtyard area was just to get me started. But we need some form of set pieces. So I'm gonna have a crafty ponder and actually think what we can do. So it's pretty standard affair what I'm doing. Just basically, see, I've added a few little junk fences in, and I'll show you in the tour. I do go around slowly and show you all the walls, because they're good fun, but it is quite fun to do this. Now, this is a cool technique. Normally what I do is I intersperse my junk walls, you notice, with cars, but also buses. However, I changed my mind, because the buses don't really suit this area, and I remember that we've got this RV. This is one of my favourite structures to build with, and I'm actually going to be in my little survival playthrough. I made an RV build. You can just check through my recent videos. It was a month ago, I think. And that's basically what I'm using in my survival playthrough, because it's just perfect. It's just a little RV. It basically makes sense parked anywhere. And you can really have fun. What this one is, I'm going to be sinking it into the ground a little bit, embedding it into the walls, and it's going to be kind of their shed. So I thought that was quite cool. So initially it was going to be like a place someone could sleep, but quite simply put, because the ground was a little sloped, I ended up having the ground poke through. So I thought instead what I'll do is it'll be quite a funky little kind of weird shed for like storing stuff. I don't decorate it at all in this video, but it's there, and that's what it's going to be used for. You see the ground's just like properly poking out the bottom because it's uneven, and I was trying to be clever and stand inside, but it wasn't working because I couldn't see the rug, which means it wasn't allowing me to place it, because fuck off. It's fine, it looks good, There we go, see we go in there, it's be grand. So I've shifted forward now, because you can see it's just junk fences and cars. So the switching towers I've always wanted to use, and I never found a place for them. Those who don't know, obviously, that they're kind of the switching towers that you find on the side of train tracks, most notably Oberland, and they look really cool. They're a bit of a pain in the arse. I'm trying to rug glitch them, so I'm just demonstrating that you can't. You probably can, actually, because items that sink in the ground can be rug glitched, as long as they don't snap to anything. However, these ones are a little bit crafty, really, and the land's a bit uneven. I didn't need to do any of this, by the way. I could have just pillar glitched it, as you'll see in a sec. But, however... Oh, if you see the weather suddenly change, by the way, it's because, for some reason, I spend a lot of time faffing around, so I end up, like, sleeping and fucking off, so I'm just skipping ahead. So you can see, I just squeeze this in here. That's all I needed to do. It blends in as well. See, normally I've been kind of avoiding using this because it never really fit. It always kind of stood out a little bit too much. I'm like, well, that looks just shit. But it looks fine. It actually works with this area. It doesn't look out of place. It's quite nicely embedded into the walls as well. So I'm quite pleased with finally... I've got a load of, like, a big checklist of items that come in the USO kind of misc sections, which I'm like, right, I want to use this once. I want to use this. For example, there's a bunker there's a bunker in the misc tab on the building. It's in misc buildings, whatever. I'll use it at some point, right? And I've never used it, and I tried using it, and I didn't like what I made. So it's on my to-do list, and I will figure out where to put it. It was going to be in, what's its place called? The Outpost Malone, the Outpost, what, I can't remember what it's called now. The Outpost at the top, right? Yeah, the one near, right at the north. Outpost M. I've forgotten the name. Outpost M. It begins with an M. Yeah, I was going to put it there, but the ground was uneven, which sucks. So I'm making another entrance on this side. Notice, by the way, I'm using the scaffolding because the scaffolding's taller and can sink it further into the ground. If you try and sink something, like if you try and sink it down half, then raise the pillar up and sink it ground again, what'll happen is it'll shoot back up again, which is, you probably saw actually at the start with the scaffolding, it briefly did that. This looks really nice. You see what I mean? Like, just junk walls, really, they're fun to make. It's a great way if you're, like, got a really small area, like a sneaky little small area like this, and you just want to make it look cool but don't know what to do, just build a junk wall. Because it's the best thing. And if you're kind of, like, umming and ahhing like I was in terms of, like, what the fuck am I going to build in this settlement? Just build a junk wall first. It inspires you, because then you can imagine other structures kind of adding into it, and they're also kind of weirdly fun to make as well, because you just kind of get to fuck around and just make random stuff. Like, oh, I'm just going to stick this in the junk wall, and I'm going to stick that into the junk wall. It's good fun. It's good fun. We like junk walls. I love junk walls, and you love junk walls. And you've got loads of junk walls to go. I said I'm always trying to mix it up a little bit. This one's probably a little bit more standard, but I've added, like, these gateways, and I've added a tower and an RV. I count that as being a little bit different, yeah? But yeah, I do need to think of new and imaginative ways to do junk walls. I still have loads of settlements to do, by the way, so you're going to get a lot more junk walls. Some of them I might not even do junk walls as well. That's another thing I'm going to do. Like, instead of doing junk walls, you can kind of have broken up barricades, shall we say, so there's a lot of openness. Like Sparta, yeah? Like a modern Sparta. That's terrible. Sparta. It's late, I'm sorry. I got distracted by playing survival earlier. It was good fun. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, yeah, this settlement probably won't take very long, actually. I don't know. I have actually no idea what's going to go in the rear of it, by the way. I just want it to look like a homestead, so I have to kind of think of some homesteading themed. I could make like a, maybe like a saloon type thing, potentially. Possibly not. I can use loads of the dry goat stuff in here as well. Right, here's the tour. So you can see I'm going to go through. It looks really, really nice, and it blends in as well because it's very ramshackle. You can see in the front bit here, in front of the cars, I have used a little bit of Amstelm's junk walls just because I wanted to patch up on the outside, and I needed something a bit bendy, basically. And then you can see here, it's kind of quite a standard affair. That really works, like the colour scheme of that RV really blends in well with Abernathy's, which I really like. So you can see here, I've just kind of used the standard, like, little scrappy cars, and then I've just kind of pillar glitched shit in front of it. I do like this corner wall. That, I messed up. I forgot. I didn't realise that gap was there. I thought I was being all clever, but nope, I screwed up. And I've ended it just there because I don't know what the back entrance is going to be used for. So we've got this part here, got the ladder here. You can actually build inside these, by the way. It's going to be a tight fit, but I don't know what I'll put in there. But it looks fairly cool. Hope you guys liked that, gave you a few ideas. The next Abernathy video will be a bit more transformative. I'll have a theme, like a thing we're going to be making, but I just wanted to get these junk walls out of the way. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I'll have a new video up soon. I'm going to do a non-Fallout vid this week as well, just FYI. Not too sure what. But anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.